With the Los Angeles Lakers off to a blazing hot start to the regular season, this might be the year that Rob Pelinka goes all in and does anything he can to help this team get back to championship aspirations. And one player that they've been targeting is none other than Utah Center Walker Kessler. Not only have there been rumors that the Lakers are interested in him, they are now the betting odds favorite to land him in the event that there is a trade. And we're only 4 games into the season for the Lakers, and there's already trade rumors swirling around. So we're going to break it all down here on Lakers Digest. So welcome to the channel. My name is Hunter Pitcoff. If you guys have not already, just subscribe to the channel. It takes you 2 seconds. 23% of you guys are subscribed. Shout out to you. But 76% of you guys on the other side of the screen that are watching the videos anyway are not subscribed. So just subscribe. You're right there. Just get the platinum status. Get your platinum card. And you can join the family here and say you were here first before this channel really blows up. So the title of today's video is going to be the Lakers being front runners to land none other than Utah Center Walker Kessler. And this is the report that we have recently here from the Los Angeles Lakers. As you watch me do my fun little graphics here. Lakers favorites to land him just ahead of teams like the Pelicans, the Magic, the Heat, Grizzlies, Clippers, Bucks, and the Boston Celtics from Bovada Official. I've never even heard of this betting website. I'm not going to lie. I'm not really much of a bettor myself. I know FanDuel and DraftKings and Underdog and your basic ones, but they had over 85K subs on X. It's credible enough to me. It's more than what I have. And so I'll take it. I mean, it just kind of further makes this point a lot more interesting for the Los Angeles Lakers. And Jovan Buha, reporter for The Athletic, covers the Los Angeles Lakers. This is what he had to say as well on his podcast, that Kessler would make a lot of sense. It would allow you to either start a too-big look, of course, with that is being Anthony Davis, or probably more realistically bring him off the bench and then play 2 big shifts, and then in certain matchups close with 2 big. So that's definitely a point that I want to bring up here on our next topic in regards to Walker Kessler. Should the Lakers make this move? Is this the guy that the Lakers should ultimately target? And I think in far as bigs go, this guy does make a lot of sense. He's going to be 24 years old next summer, so he's only 23 years old right now. And he's got the rim protecting ability that Jackson Hayes just doesn't have. And while he's not the athlete Jackson is, Walker Kessler is tall. He's a great rim protector. First team all-rookie just a couple of seasons ago. And I think had a bit of a down season last year, and it seems like it might be he's in a bit of a weird spot right now. Just because the Jazz have a lot of big guys there. They got a lot of young guys that are trying to prove themselves. And Walker Kessler isn't much of a scorer, averaging 10 points a game. But it's really the 11 rebounds, the 2.5 blocks. That's what really makes him interesting. And shooting 68% from the field. So this guy does everything you want in a modern-day big. And one thing I want to point out too, guys, only 1.3 fouls per game. So not only is he able to contest and actually block shots, he does not foul very often at all. And he's really good at staying out of foul trouble. That would allow Anthony Davis to finally play more at the 4 position, which the Lakers right now don't really have the luxury of doing. Now, he is dominating at the 5. They have times have played him kind of at the 4, but when Jackson Hayes is out there at 220 pounds, Anthony Davis is going to be your 5. Like, I don't care that offensively he's not. Defensively, he's still your 5 out there. And so Walker Kessler would finally give AD and this Lakers staff and JJ Redick the flexibility to play Anthony Davis at the 4. They don't have that flexibility right now. Walker Kessler is a legitimate 5. He's not super big, but again, such a great rim protector. He's got the height. It doesn't really matter. He can fit right smoothly next to Anthony Davis defensively. I think Kessler's got some offensive potential. It just really hasn't been unlocked in Utah because it's a lot of young players trying to prove themselves. If he came to the Lakers, he would have a very clear, defined role in this team, and I actually think he would make a lot of sense. Now, should the Lakers do it? That's really the big question because I actually think they have some other pressing needs on this team too, right? They need some guards that can really play defense. Gabe Vincent's really your only guy. They have Christie, but they don't give you a lot offensively. So finding two-way players is definitely more of a concern for the Lakers, especially athletic ones on the wing. or a more athletic guard, because they don't really have either of those right now. Those are two positions I'd actually value more than a backup center, but if the asking price isn't too steep for Utah, which again is also an issue because apparently Danny Ainge wants 2 first-round picks for him, which is ludicrous because Walker Kessler, as much as I like him, he is not worth 2 first-round picks. So Lakers, maybe 1 first-round pick and a player, I think that makes more sense. Perhaps a Jalen Hood-Schifino if the Jazz are really just looking to get off Walker Kessler. But again, he's a good basketball player, guys, and a lot of teams are going to want him. So it doesn't mean that the Lakers are just going to get him because they say so. That's not how real life works, unfortunately, as much as, playing my GM 2K version is a lot of fun. That's not really how this works. So the Lakers would have to figure out a way that makes sense for them and for the Utah Jazz to make a trade like that happen. And so I think that right now, I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know. The fact that the Lakers want him, and I think he makes a lot of sense on the roster, definitely think he's a good fit. But that's going to bring us to our final point here, guys, which really doesn't have much to do with the Cleveland Cavaliers, it does have everything to do with the Cleveland Cavaliers and nothing to do with the Utah Jazz, which is this game coming up tonight at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So for you guys on the West Coast, I'm sorry for that because you're going to be coming home from rush hour, and I hear LA traffic's pretty rough. I'm from New York, so I feel your pain, but you're going to be, in business hours while the game starts, where it's at 7 p.m. on the East Coast. So it actually benefits us on the East Coast for once, so that's pretty fun, as the Lakers head into Cleveland and they take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Of course, this is LeBron's homecoming. This is where he won a championship, where he was drafted, and where he is from. He's from Akron, Ohio. That's the closest city, or, Cleveland, the closest major city to Akron. So, LeBron's hometown. And on top of that, too, coming off a horrific game against the Phoenix Suns on Monday night, LeBron's going to want a get-back game. I got a feeling he's going to want a get-back game. And so I'm expecting him to come out kind of aggressive. Or if he's not in the first quarter, he definitely will be in the second. And I think he should, because this is a team that does not match up really well against LeBron. They don't really have the perimeter defenders that can even stand up at all against LeBron James. And I should say this too. There are only 2 teams in the NBA right now who are 4-0. It's the Boston Celtics. Makes sense. They just won a championship. And then the Cleveland Cavaliers. However, there is a caveat here. The Cavs have played the Detroit Pistons, the Toronto Raptors, the Washington Wizards, and then they played the New York Knicks. Outside the Knicks, those are 3 teams that are in the Cooper Flag sweepstakes right now. They have no business winning basketball games. And look, you can only control who's in front of you, but the Lakers are 3-1, and they've played all playoff teams so far to start the season off. So they are much more battle-tested, and I think they're going to want to look to get back on the right track here on the road. 5-game road stand. They started off losing the first one to Phoenix after blowing that lead. I think there's going to be a lot more attention to detail and aggression from the Lakers from the start of the game to the very finish. And so I expect the Lakers to come out a lot stronger here. And some other guys that need to step up, D'Angelo Russell, you got to play better, man. I mean, it has been a rough first 4 games for him. I thought he played fine against Sacramento, but really outside of that, we have not seen that elite level of play. In fact, Gabe Vincent has been closing out games over D'Angelo Russell in some of these games, which if I'm D'Lo, that's pissing me off because, you should be playing better. Gabe Vincent shouldn't be taking your cookies and getting these end of game minutes over you. So that's one thing you got to look at if you're D'Angelo Russell. Max Christie, he's got to play better too. He was the one who got the 4-year contract extension this offseason for the Lakers, the only player that really got paid. I want to see him play better, right? JJ Redick and this coaching staff and Rob Pelinka and this front office have hyped you up all summer long. Now show it on the basketball court. Those are 2 guys I really want to see play out there playing better. And Max Christie had arguably his best game of the season last year against the Cleveland Cavaliers and played awesome defense on Donovan Mitchell. And, well, he's still there. He's still an awesome basketball player. They got Darius Garland, 4 players averaging over 17 a game right now, if you include those 2, and then their front court with Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. So this is a good basketball team, the Cavs. They've had an easy schedule, but they've done what they needed to do, and they're still undefeated. So can the Lakers break that streak? We'll find out tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific time, or tonight, I should say. So I'm recording this the night before. 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. if you're an East Coast guy like me. And we'll definitely keep you covered here on Lakers Digest with all the rumors, all the games, and everything you need to know about your Los Angeles Lakers.